Alright, so here's what we're gonna do today. Blah. Okay. So here, there we go. So here's what we're doing today. I'm gonna add some more features for custom markdown stuff to my Build Better newsletters tool, because that will help me write better things. And I guess right now I'm mostly the only person using this, so I want to make it really good and useful for myself, so that I can use it better, I guess. I'm not explaining that very well, but the idea is that I have a couple of feature ideas. First, I'm gonna add Instagram screenshots. Then I'm going to, I really want it to automatically link to Twitter profiles and to NPM repositories or GitHub repositories, stuff like that. So let's see if that is something I can do. All right. Where was I? So this screenshot stuff, screenshot.js, where is this from? I need to... Hey Fuzzy Buddy, how are you doing? Long time no see. Okay, let me make sure that everything is committed, because the other day I spent like 3 or 4 hours fixing this and I don't think I actually committed stuff. So I have screenshot as a service, and then I have letter builder, git status, git commit -a-m, some change in screenshot, whatever that is. It's not using base 64 anymore. I can take that out. Cool. Git status, git commit -a-m, tweaks, because I don't remember what they are, and git status. Let's see, what did I change here? Refactor to a remote Chrome with serverless Chrome plugin. That's something I need to write about very soon, because that, well, it took me many hours to figure out, and you know, writing about things you figure out is where the fun is. What's the project you're working on? So Fuzzy Buddy, the project is this Build Better newsletters thing, which I will show you in a little bit. Let me just git commit -a-m, tweaks here as well. Let me fix something and I will show you right away what this does. So if I'm gonna start by opening the letter builder app, okay, and then inside the letter builder app I can go to app.js. Here's an example thing, so I'm going to fix the example and then I'll show you. So we have that, this thing, okay, great. So now I'll be able to click the try example and you'll see what this does. So I click this, I have a bunch of markdown code, and it automatically turns that markdown code into stuff that you can use in your newsletter. So let's see. See, it made a thumbnail of YouTube. It made a screenshot of my code, and I'm not sure why it's having trouble with the tweet, but that should, in theory, that works as well, or at least it usually works. I'm not sure what's going on right now. Let's see, why is that not working? Ah, wonderful. Okay, so this is actually working, but weird. Well, that's something I can deal with later. So now the first step is adding Instagram support. So let's go to Instagram and I will add something there. Code blocks, images get smallified and optimized, videos turn into linked screenshots. This is actually live. Yes, you can go to techletterapp.com. That's where it's at. It's not named very well. I might rename it and maybe make it more you know, stuff. Code Sandbox is turned into screenshots. I'm not sure they actually do. I'm gonna have to verify that that's true. Let's see, Code Sandbox. I don't think this part works, so that's something I need to fix as well. We can take this one, hybrid animation solution thingy, which was seen by exactly 8 people. And let's see if that works. I don't think it does. No. So it just makes a link. I'm gonna have to fix that. So let's see. how do I start? Okay, I need to start by recognizing. So here, where are we? Use remark. I have URL thumbnail. This is going to have to support also Instagram.com. So let's say let's start with Instagram.com, and it's also gonna have to support CodeSandbox.com. Right, so we have Code Sandboxes and we have Instagram. I'm gonna take this picture of myself looking cool, and we're gonna start with that. So this is going to start as a screenshot, but it's not gonna work because my screenshot as a service app doesn't support that yet. So in letter builder we can say git commit -a-m -a-m add code sandbox and Instagram to a screenshotable list, and then we go into screenshot as a service. So I'm gonna open that project now, because this is built as two different projects working together. So screenshot as a service. Okay, so we got, this is my handler. I'm going to clean up this code base a little bit because that will help. So ls source, we have get Chrome index and upload screenshot. So I'm going to take screenshot. Where is that being called? Why is it exported? Git grep take screenshot. It is only used in one place, so I can take that out. Or rather, yeah, let's move this into its own stuff. So we're going to say const, what was it? Optimize image was the first one. So I'm going from this here, case image, case code, and the default is take screenshot. So we start with optimize image. Optimize image equals require ./optimize image, like that. And we're going to touch source optimize image.js, optimize image, and I'm going to take this code. So we await optimize image. Where is it? Optimize image. Take this stuff, blah, exports.optimize exports. Okay, let's just call it .optimize image because that will be easier to use. Image, or actually I can do this. Let's see. So we can use destructuring. I believe we can use destructuring directly. So we're kind of, because we're using Node, we kind of have to do weird things here. So optimize image, is this the one using download? Yes. So download. Having motivation to code for me sometimes is really hard, like doing it, but sometimes I can't get. How do you get your motivation to code? So you are looking at it right now. Live coding really helps me focus, and it helps me get more stuff done. So that's a big reason for why I live code so much. Especially for like little toy projects like this, or side projects that do, or pet projects / side projects. It really helps me to live code because it makes it more fun. It also gives me an excuse to like sit down and actually focus for a little while. Okay, we need upload screenshot as well, which comes from here. Are we using it anywhere else? Yes, we are. So we're gonna deal with that soon. Upload screenshot comes from here, so we now have that. The next one is screenshot code. Okay, so let's take that one out. Screenshot code, where are you? Export screenshot code, that's all of this stuff. And we're going to make a new file, save it as screenshot code.js, and we change it to, come on, React mode, because that makes prettier work better. Yes, like that. So we have export screenshot code. Now let's see, this thing needs base 64. So base 64 is not being used anymore. Ah, come on. Base 64, what else do we have? Page await, new page. It gets the browser as an argument. Console log, target URL, blah. Makes the screenshot, and then it also uses upload screenshot. So upload screenshot goes here as well. And then here we can say const screenshot code equals required dot slash screenshot code dot js, right? Right. So we move that here, wait screenshot code, and then we do take screenshot, which is this one down here. Plup, like that. We make a new file again. Again, we change it to use. No, let's save it first. So this was take screenshot.js. React mode. That, and then we are going to import it here. Const take screenshot equals required dot slash take screenshot dot js, and then take screenshot uses the URL thingy, right? I think so. And it's using the my eyes feel funny. Browser sets the viewport, target URL. Aha. And then it parses the URL and looks at the host name. Cool. And it uses that to decide which element to look at, and in the end it uploads the screenshot, much like everything else does. That moves it to S3 and returns the URL. Okay, so we should now have git status, and obviously I don't have any local tests, which is a problem. Git add source, git commit -a-m. We say this is called what? What did I just do? Split code into multiple files. Wonderful. Okay, git push origin master, and just to make sure that everything works, I'm going to deploy this to serverless and then run the example code again so that I can see that it works. SLS deploy. Okay, so that's now doing the things. Yes, it's supposed to be doing the things at least. My nose is plugged. So that's running. In the meantime, we can start looking at how we can take screenshots of Instagram. So I want to take a screen. Should I take a screenshot of this whole thing, or should it be just of the image? What do you think? Let's see. What about if we click this one? I guess taking a screenshot of the whole thing kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. That makes it look more social and stuff, so that's cool. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Wow, I looked stylish here with a new haircut. Let's use this one. So I'm gonna, let's see, what is the element here? So we want to div roll button, no. Roll dialog. Role dialog. Right, so the article, that's the one we want. Okay, so let's try that. We're gonna say case www.instagram.com, then we say element equals await page dollar article. Oh, break, and we'll see if that works. So I'm gonna have to redeploy. Okay, let's just run the deploy again, and we're gonna try if this automatically creates the screenshot that we want. Oh, these streams really are not that popular, are they? Maybe it's because I stopped streaming regularly for a while, and now nobody has any idea when I'm streaming anymore. Could be. I'll be right back. I just need to blow my nose. Alright, let's see then. So this is uploading. That's gonna take a little time. What can I do while that's uploading? Actually, I just have to wait, and that's one of the downsides of live coding when you're working with serverless code, is that the stream is using most of my upload bandwidth, so I don't have a lot of upload left to be doing the serverless deploy, which is unfortunate. I also, let's see, what is my girlfriend saying? Ooh. Nice. So my girlfriend's coming home from a business dinner and she's bringing me desserts, which is very exciting. Right. By the way, can you hear the music? Is the music too quiet, too loud, or whatever? Alright, while that's uploading, we can also figure out how do we want to take a screenshot of this. Okay, so I got that. Now let's see if it works. We take the Instagram URL. This is now going. Yes, okay, that worked. That was surprisingly easy. Sweet. So I am now able to include Instagram in my, you know, what's it called? I'm able to include Instagram in my newsletters. Git status, git commit -m, Instagram screenshot support. Wonderful. So the next one is code sandbox. What do we want to screenshot for the code sandbox? We probably want an example of this stuff, and we want this stuff, right? So let's see if those are in a common div of some sort. VS Code editor, split pane, vertical, there we go. Pane vertical, pane 2, split pane, pane vertical, pane 1, split pane. Okay, let's try that. So if I add support, so case code sandbox.io, then element equals await of page dot blah, we say dot split pane, and I should then magically have support for Code Sandbox. So let's deploy. We're gonna wait for another deploy. While that's happening, I can augment my example on app.js. Oh, so I have to open letter builder, random coding, letter builder. We go here, then I can Babel, blog, Code Sandbox, Instagram, screenshot. What else are we doing? Yes. I can remove that stuff. Hey, Ein Bisschen. It's going pretty well. How are you these days? So use remark. I was gonna say in app.js we have the example markdown here. Tweets turn into screenshots. YouTube links become screenshots as well. Screenshots too. Even code blocks. Screenshots are hard to copy pasta, so of course you get a copyable version when you click on the image. You also get Instagram support and of course Code Sandbox. So Instagram support, blah, and Code Sandbox, we're gonna take this one here. So that gives us Code Sandbox. What else? Blah blah blah. Images get smallified, blah. What else do I need to add? What do I need to add? That is the question. Right, I said I was gonna add support for automatically linking to Twitter profiles and stuff like that. So let's test that Code Sandbox works first. Then we have, I'm gonna give it another half hour or so and gonna try to figure out how to get that stuff. My stream is skipping once in a while. I wonder why that is. I don't think there's much I can do about that right now. I think my home internet is just kind of crappy these days, or at least it's been struggling lately. So that probably explains why I don't have a lot of viewers today. But hopefully tomorrow is going to be better, right? Right. So we got that. Now let's see if it works. Code Sandbox, reload, Code Sandbox.io, because here in app.js blah, wait, I think I fucked it up. So use remark, here is Code Sandbox.io, and if I open the other project, the server part, screenshot as a service, take screenshot. Okay, good. I did it right there. So we go back, screen blah, letter builder. That reloads. Now paste Code Sandbox and let's see if it makes a screenshot. Please work. This might end up taking too long and be too slow, but I'm hoping for the best. Okay, this is taking a really long time, so I'm not sure exactly what's wrong. Yes, let's try it here and then we're gonna go see what it's doing. So I'm now gonna be able to see if it returns like an error or a timeout or what it says, and then I can go look at server logs. But it looks like Code Sandbox is going to struggle. Take this one out. Endpoint request timed out. Yeah. Okay. So let's see where it's getting stuck. AWS. Sign into the console. And let's see. Signing in. Come on. Come on. Swizz it. Sign in. CloudWatch, logs, grocery list, screenshot as a service, screenshot function, that is us, error message, navigation timed out. Interesting. Okay, let's open back the server. Letter builder, random coding, screenshot as a service, browser page. So it's going into God browser, so it's here, and then somewhere there it breaks. So I think it's going into take screenshot. Let's see. So this part is now going to be relatively painful. We have take screenshot, code sandbox IO. Let's see, console log, requesting target URL, console log, page loaded. Yeah, and then we say console log found element. Awesome. Now I'm going to SLS deploy this again, wait for it to upload, and then try the code sandbox screenshot code again. And ideally I would be able to, while this is uploading, go work back on the other problem, which I guess I can. Let's see if there is a GitHub Search library for JavaScript. JavaScript, GitHub Search library. Fuzzy search library, that sounds useful. Okay, now let's do yes, so I have been learning Kotlin, but we had a bunch of business projects come in, so I had to put that on hold, and I'm hopefully going to get back to it this week. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure yet if it's going to happen, but yeah, priorities got shifted around, so I was working on other stuff that was more important than me learning Kotlin and working on long-term technical projects. GitHub Search, JavaScript, GitHub client, OctoKit, REST.js, wonderful. And then we also have the wrapper thingy. What is Fuse.js? Lightweight fuzzy search library, zero dependencies. That seems cool. Okay, that's something we can play with at a different point. Higher level wrapper around the GitHub API intended for the browser. That's perfect. Maintainers wanted. Data can be retrieved from the API either using callbacks, as in versions blah, or using a new promise-based API. So I need to be able to search. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna be able to use that. What is GitHub? 3000, 2000. Let's see what this one does. OctoKit, GitHub IO, REST.js. Aha. Let's see. Search. Find. Let's see. By the way, can you read this? Should I zoom in? Because if you can't read it, then, you know, git ignore interactions, issues. How can I search for I want to be able to search for a GitHub project. Create blob, create commit, interactions, issues, licenses, markdown, migrations, OAuth, orgs projects pulls, rate limit, reactions, repos, add collaborator, compare, blah. Okay, maybe let's start with the GitHub API instead. Okay, cool. So this loaded. Now let's run the code again. Where was it? This one. So I'm running the call. I can read the code, not the internet browser. Okay, let me zoom in then. Okay, this should be better, I hope. So I'm now waiting for the request to run, and it's probably gonna time out again, but this time we're gonna get better console logs in the server logs, so I should be able to tell what's going on, ideally. Where was that? CloudWatch 22/17, that's us. So we got the browser, we're requesting code Sandbox IO, but navigation times out. Why does that time out? Okay, so error message navigation timeout in, let's see, close that, navigation timeout 30,000 milliseconds. Navigation timeout. Pass timeout value in options. Network. You can also use network idle timeout in case if you have gaps between your requests. Okay, what if we don't wait until network idle? What if we just wait for content loaded? Where is it? Okay, navigation timeout exceeded. When using network idle 0, and no insight into what timed out. Yep, that's us. I'm getting this even using network idle 2, using 1. My limited experience of navigation timeout exceeded errors is that you can get them for a huge. Seem to have multiple open connections that even network idle I2 won't allow for. If you go for the load event and test the same site, this will tell you whether any given site has this curve. Also, timeout exceeded error will occur seemingly randomly where you are operating at the limit of your system, blah. Okay. Suppose an array of the remaining open blah what what? So Puppeteer seems to have a problem with specifically whatever code Sandbox is doing. Class in-flight requests. I have no idea how to use that. What? Alright, I'm gonna change this to network idle 2 and hope for the best. I'm not sure what it does, but I saw it mentioned in a random GitHub issue, so how bad can it be, right? Right. Obviously. Okay. While that's happening, we can go look at the GitHub API and see if there is something we can use to search for GitHub repositories. The reason that's important is because I want to, at least in my newsletters and in my blogs, I often mention libraries and stuff, and I would like them to automatically link to GitHub without me having to go search for the URL. So let's see. Overview, activity, checks, git, interactions, miscellaneous, codes of conduct, blah, projects, cards, collaborators, no, reactions, repositories, branches, collaborators, comments, community content, search, Twitter, traffic, releases, pages, invitations, webhooks, teams, users. Okay, let's try investigating what this actually does. So if I go here and I search for, let's say, what should we search for? Let's search for remark. So I'm going to network, blah, remark, enter. It's making a search request. Okay. So search, no, so that. Okay, what if we go to the GitHub API and we put search in the search? Search. Note that the search API, there is a search API. Awesome. For requests using basic authentication or blah, you can make up to 30 requests per minute. For unauthenticate, make up to 10 requests per minute. That's annoying. Okay. Search repositories endpoint. Note the topics property for repositories on GitHub is currently available for developers to preview. To view the topics property in calls that return repository results, you must provide a custom media type, blah. Okay, so I make a request to search repositories and I can use that. Cool. Now we've deployed, so I can now rerun my code sandbox screenshot request, and hopefully that will tell me what's going on, or at least hopefully it's going to actually succeed now. That would be cool. Yay, that worked. Okay, so let's see. No, let's paste it here. Where was my code sandbox? Can you see my code sandbox? Search, blah, blah. Oh, I'm gonna take it from here then. So we take that URL, paste it here, and we should now get a screenshot of my code sandbox, and that will tell us that we can in fact use it in my newsletters and my blogs and stuff like that. So it's loading, it's pretty slow, which is understandable, I think. Oh, I think yes, sweet. Okay, so it's not the most readable thing in the world, right? But it's there, it works. Cool. So now let's see, git status, git commit -a-m, support for code sandbox screenshots. I'm gonna tweet this out because I can. Oh, come on, work better, computer. That's the OK. Tweet. Wonderful. Let's see if we can make it. So here where we have upload screenshot, I'm gonna try to reduce the amount. I'm gonna try to reduce the amount of compression so that we get nicer screenshots. Like this resize, instead of 480, let's do 800 GM path. So we're using ImageMagick to buffer PNG, blah, 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 blah. Instead of resize 480, let's do resize 640. We'll see how that works. SLS deploy, and hopefully that's going to make it a little better. Now the next thing, right, we were doing search. So if I go here, let's see, GitHub tools, GitHub, no, Fuse, API documentation, search, high level wrapper around blah. So we're going to see data can be retrieved from the API either using callbacks. How do I do a search? Search, new. Come on, I know there is a search here somewhere. API. Aha. 310. So search. There we go. GitHub search. How do I do that? Where is search? Search query. Create a new search wrapper. Search. What? No, we will figure this out next. So I'm gonna start by doing this thing here. Okay, so I'm still uploading the thing, and here I can say yarn add GitHub -API. That's going to create the API, or that's going to install the GitHub API JavaScript library, right? And then I can open the letter builder project, letter builder here, and we're going to try it directly on app.js on component load here. So component, where are we? Render. I'm going to do it here because, well, we're gonna change this afterwards anyway, but while we're working on it, we can do everything in component did mount. So we say import GitHub from GitHub API. Did this upload? Yes, it uploaded. Now, god damn it. Where was my code? Sandbox. So let's see if this makes a bigger screenshot or just like a less blurry screenshot. So it's now taking a screenshot, uploading it, all of that stuff, and we will see if it actually works. I hope it does. In the meantime, we are okay. It's not that much better, but I guess it's a little better. Is it even? So it's 480. Oh, that's the max width. It is a little better, isn't it? It's good enough. It doesn't have to be a super clear screenshot because we still want the file to be relatively small. So now if I click try example, we get that. Tweets, okay, that worked better. So tweets are now less blurry. That is awesome. And that loaded, that is a lot less blurry than it was before. And we have that works pretty cool. Very nice. Cool. So we got that pretty working. I mean, we got that working pretty well, I think. Even code blocks. Wonderful. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. So what was my next step? My next step, oh yeah, I was working on the GitHub API. So I'm gonna try to figure out how that works. And I'm gonna give myself another 13 minutes, otherwise we're going to continue tomorrow. So component did mount. And the main reason we're gonna continue tomorrow if I don't get this done in 13 minutes is because I am more tired than I thought I was, and I think my slight cold is getting to me. So let me zoom this in. Const gh equals new GitHub, and then we say, how do I do search? So here we have get gist, new gist. Okay, so I can say const search equals gh.get search, right? Or no, actually let's run a debugger and like that, run that. So we are now in the debugger. I can look at what gh actually supports. So GitHub auth blah gh.get search, no, search, aha. So if I do gh.search for remark, cannot create property type on string remark. Okay, so search for repositories. So we have, okay, what if I say gh.search dot for, no, so search is a function that takes a query, but how do I define the query? Let's see, search requestable callback, search repositories. Right, but how do I use that in this API? So search, GitHub search, user, no, where is it? Search, query, string the query to search for, line 97. Aha. Okay, so I'm gonna try to search for that. We're going to say const result equals await gh.search of, let's just do remark.js so that I can see what happens. Console log result, and we're going to say that this is an async function just so that await works and doesn't yell at us. Cannot read property type on string. What? How is that even possible? Okay, so search 2990. So I'm now basically debugging the library itself because the documentation isn't that great. Search.js, get options with defaults. Requestable 220, request options dot type. I have no idea how this works. Okay, let's see another approach. So we have return new search with the query. Where is search defined? So search defaults auth requestable auth API base, new search defaults for the search.
Alexa, turn on the lights. Hi.
Hi.
Are you on?
Yes. Thank you, friend Dieguez. Diego, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. What's Spain like these days? Is it hot there yet? I don't know how to use this.
Here's your dessert for you.
Thank you. I got desserts. So I don't know how to use this. So I create a new GitHub, and then gh.search is supposed to create a new search object with my query. So let's just go look at the GitHub API project directly and see, maybe that's gonna help. Let's see, GitHub API, where is it? OctoKit, GitHub. God damn it, where's the JavaScript version of this? Blah. Okay, let's go via npm.js GitHub Search. Okie doke, GitHub Search, exact match. Wow, it's from, no, not GitHub Search. We said GitHub API, exact match, published, blah. Last published 2 years ago. That's a great sign. Okay. So if I go to lib and then look for search. Okay, actually let's see. GitHub.js. Let's find the search function. Search query returns new search with the query that we pass in. Okay. So search then does what? Constructor is, where do the defaults come from? That's the part I don't understand. Q is the query to make. I think when we call new, it calls the constructor, which means defaults should be defaults. Get options with defaults. Where is that defined? God damn it. Extends requestable. Why do people use object-oriented stuff? Request options equals blah. So we say okay. What if we do it this way? Where are we? What if we say gh search and we say query is remark.js? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna hope for the best. It might work. It did work. Very nice. So that created the search query. So we have our search. Now, how do I actually execute the search? Okay, so what? Let's console log the search. Nice. So I didn't know it actually. Like, are springs usually very rainy in Spain? Search API base default. How do I make it do the request? Search request. I don't know how to execute this thing. Let's see, what's it saying here in the main documentation? Chase.create blah get user listen. What? This is so confusing. Okay, search. So we have, what is the public? That's the search. For repositories, for code. So if we say search for repositories, options, additional parameters, blah. So if we say search for repositories, then what do we get back? Then it's a promise. Okay. So if we say result equals await of gh.blah, result console log the result, and error 422 unprocessable entity. What? So I can go into my network and we'll be able to see the request that we're making to GitHub. So we can say GitHub, that's the request that failed because what was the URL we were trying? Query type all updated per page 100. Field Q is missing. What if we say, what if we call this Q instead of query? Will that work? It does work. Awesome. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, so we now have the data of a bunch of our repositories. We need to find a way to sort them by what? And you know what? We're gonna leave that for tomorrow, because as Hemingway always said, stop when you know exactly what you're doing next, and that makes it easier to start. So I'm going to add that here. Find way to sort returned repositories. Take the likeliest match, return link. So we're going to markdown syntax is going to be something like let's say gh.remark.js or something, and that's gonna help us make links. So yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow. I'll be back online probably around the same time as I was today, between around 10 p.m. Pacific, and we're gonna get this done, and it's gonna be amazing. In the meantime, I'm going to compile this. So I'm gonna, let's just in case, let's comment it out. So I'm going to compile this, deploy it, and then start using it tomorrow. And tomorrow night we're going to make it better with support for GitHub links. Git status, git commit -a -m. What did I actually get working? Git log, git commit -a -m towards a towards supporting links to GitHub repos. Git push origin master. Okay, and then I have to run yarn build and now deploy yarn build, and then when that's built I'm going to deploy. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I will see you again tomorrow.